And Ashley, from your operational seat at CargoWise, dealing with forwarders and shippers day to day, what changed most dramatically last year?
I mean, take your pick. Some of it's already been discussed. Tariffs, retaliatory tariffs, wars, abolition of the de minimis exemptions. I guess it wasn't a surprise, the change of the alliances, with 2M becoming, or in effective, most moving over to side with Hapag-Lloyd in the Gemini experiment into schedule reliability. But I mean, let's face it, in global trade, there's always something going on. It's the nature of doing business on a global scale, right? You've got political influences, you've got social influences, you've got economic influences. Sometimes you've got ships that get stuck in Suez canals. You've got all sorts of things. So there's always something going on. But I think, trade will persist. I mean, this year we had policy chaos, the tariffs started on a Monday. They were obsolete by Friday. They came back in again the next week. Very, difficult to predict what's going on there. You had Red Sea crisis, where I think this is a good example of where geopolitics, like a war and instability in a region, forces route changes, right? So shipping companies simply took advantage of it. They made hay. They sailed around the Cape of Good Hope. And in so doing, they returned regularity to sailing schedules, which regularity is something that you want in the supply chain. They took capacity out to the market, and that had the effect of stabilizing freight rates, which again is more, regularity for the supply chain. Tariffs, you had winners, you had losers. But, China kept on going. They just exported to different countries, Vietnam, Mexico, they carried on growing. So I think bottom line is there's a lot of surprises. There were a lot of changes. There always are. But trades will just find a way to keep on going.